So you ask, Brother Farrakhan, what is your guidance for black people? And what is your guidance for America? If America wants to come out of debt, there's no way that she can come out of it without reducing spending. And she must increase taxes. That's a bitter pill for anybody to swallow. But America got to come clean. Come to the American people and say, look, we're in trouble. We need your help. Will you tighten your belt for a few years? Will you save over here and give over here so we can balance the budget, so we can put a future in front of our children? The American people would sacrifice. You did it in World War II. I was a baby, and I saw my mother in the kitchen taking fat from the frying pan and putting it in tin cans, saving the fat because the war industry needed the fat. Evidently it had some use in making bullets. I saw my poor mother go into the 5 and 10 cent store to sell war stamps and war bonds, to sacrifice hours of her time so that America could survive. The spirit is in the people to sacrifice, but when you lie to them, when you make them think everything is all right when everything is all wrong, and the people say to hell with paying more taxes because I don't trust the leader who's asking me to sacrifice because he's been a liar in the past. Look at the Nation of Islam. We have no money, but we do with no money what you can't do with all your money. We are offering you a torchlight, a way out of this. America has to be honest. Clinton is right. They have to tax the rich. Did you know that the rich have gotten away with murder? Did you know that more than 80% of the taxes are paid by the American public? In fact, 83% of all taxes are paid by the people. Only 17% of taxes are paid by the corporations. In the 1950s, the corporations used to make up 39% of the total taxing of the American people. Now the corporations are paying only 17%. Who made the law that let the rich out, that let the corporations out, and put the burden of government on the poor? Who did this? Just give me a few more minutes. I want to show you the wickedness that's been going on in government. You, the poor, you put your money in savings and loans. But the Congress makes laws giving the rich loopholes out of paying taxes. The poor people have no real advocates. Most of the congresspersons, those in the Senate and the House of Representatives, they're not poor like you or me. Those persons come from the privileged class of people. Is that true? They are from the rich for the most part. Since they're from the rich, they make laws to protect the riches of the rich. Now, did you know that it was Congress who passed laws to make it easy for corporations to borrow billions of dollars from the banks? Instead of the corporations using the money to update their plants, retrain their workers, they use your money to close down the plant and open up a new one overseas. with the government's permission, putting the same worker who put their money in the banks out of a job. Are you listening? That's kind of vicious, isn't it? Now they put the job in Mexico, in Taiwan, or somewhere else where labor is cheap. You don't have a job. And when you go to the bank, you can't borrow money. It's your little money in the bank. You can't even get an automobile to tell you, well, your credit's not good enough. Your bank account's not fat enough. But the rich can take the money of the poor and sink it into foreign plants. So now that the savings and loan industry is in trouble, Mr. Bush could find $500 billion quickly. You're in trouble. The cities are in trouble. He hasn't found nothing for you yet. We, the Nation of Islam, I want you to study the nation. Look at us. We come from the poor. We were the drug users. We were the whiskey drinkers. We were the gang bangers. We were the criminals. We were college people with no direction for our life. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad called us to a purpose and made our lives useful. You say, oh, come on, Farrakhan. That little small group of people you have with you, I mean, so what? You know what's interesting to me? After the debates the other night, they took a poll. Maybe 70 million people watched the debates.
Yes, sir.
They didn't poll 70 million people. They took a representative sampling. And then they came back after that representative sampling to tell us how the people thought about who won the debate. White folk, you call that scientific.
Go ahead, Bill Potts, go ahead.
They get 1,200 people. CNN, Gallup poll, this is the way America feels about Clinton, about Bush. Well, I got more than a sampling.
That's right.
We got them in the nation from every walk of life.
That's right. That's right.
And I don't care what you say about Farrakhan, examine my work. For my work is a testimony that I'm on the same path that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad put me on, and that is a successful path. Every brother that comes into the nation, he got to have a job. If he doesn't have a job, he has to be able to create a job, or we create one for him. But nobody can hang around in the nation doing nothing.
Good teacher.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said welfare meant farewell to self-reliance, farewell to self-independence, farewell to the growth and development of self. But I want to say that I'm a child of welfare. I know that it is necessary to have a safety net under the people, but it is wrong for the people to abuse that safety net. My mother was not a welfare abuser. I watched that woman take her pennies and use them wisely from her welfare check. And she would sit at her machine at night and sew dresses and whatnot to make extra money to give me my music lessons and my brother. So when the social worker came to our home She saw a clean house that you could eat off the floor. She saw decent furniture, an organized home. And she asked my mother, how could you get this kind of home on what we give you for welfare? My mother, in her clipped West Indian accent, said to the social worker, and you think I want to live off of just that little meager thing you give me? You don't think I aspire for the better things in life? She said, but you need to report that you are making more money than what we give. She said, Jean, come. Alvin, come. Bring your violin. Sit down at the piano. Play for the woman. And when that woman heard us play, she broke down in tears. She said, I want for my children what you want for yours. And so I take in sewing at night to give my children a chance to make something better of themselves than I was able to make of myself. Listen, brothers and sisters. All praise is due to Allah. When I graduated from high school, a welfare check came to my house, and my mother took the check and walked back to the welfare office and gave it to the woman and said, I thank you for helping me to get my child through high school, and now I will take it from here. That was a proud black woman. That was a decent black woman. And I submit to you that there are countless hundreds of thousands of black women out there just like my mother who don't want to be on welfare, but they're thankful to God that there is welfare. But they would want to get off of welfare. Shouldn't they? Of course they should. How do you get them off? The government of America is spending 0.05% of her gross national product in retraining the American worker. That's criminal. The American worker has given to America everything, and the government is giving to the American worker little or nothing. When you hear President Bush talk about keeping the troops at a certain level in Europe, and Clinton talking about reducing the troops because there's no longer a threat of nuclear war, you have to ask yourself, they have already reduced some of the troop levels. Those troops are coming back to America. What are they coming back to? Where are they going to work? Who's going to retrain them to fit them into a service-oriented economy? The government is not spending the money. Even the veterans who come home sick, the government is trying to get out of paying them. They're just due. Oh, man.